Right, because the lunchroom was upstairs.
There's the junior ROTC up there.
ROTC was up there. Um, we had a two-story lunchroom. It was, it was one level, but the ceilings were 2 stories high.
This is in pretty rough shape.
Well, you can't salvage any of this now.
No way.
Last time I was in here, this was actually an operating school.
Wow.
Just amazing what's happened to it. Have you been taking pictures, videotaping stuff?
Yeah, last time I was in here, I used to have like this small video camera.
Oh, okay.
And I took pictures also. But like
Right.
pictures like real. So the foreign language stuff was in here, but what's weird, I'm surprised at the amount of science labs above us. Those huge chemistry labs. And there's
Yes.
like the whole 3rd and 4th floor.
Yes.
Nothing but.
Well, remember when CAS was around here, it was really big on technology. People would sit, at one point in the nighttime, companies would send their engineers and staff over here for training.
Wow.
Back in its heyday. And the whole purpose of the school was to train the people to become part of this new burgeoning industry that was happening, the automotive industry mostly. But they believed in creating a total student, versed in the arts and technology, which is why from the very, very beginnings, they had music, they had commercial art, and you had to pass. You actually had to take all those different areas. Later on, they broke them up into different curriculums, like different fields of study. But at first, you had to take everything.
Okay.
So you do a little bit of music, do a little bit of art.
Like the Renaissance.
So now, then you had drafting, you had calculus and algebra. I mean, kids were taking calculus like in the early grades.
Wow.
And well, it's really something to see what's happened here. As you can see, it was huge ceilings.
Yeah.
They had a lot of kids in the classroom, and they were being taught by sometimes the guy who wrote the textbook was the teacher.
Wow.
So that's how I know a guy who was in electronics, and sometimes the electronics teacher was the guy who also wrote the textbook for it. This was my classroom.
Oh, yep.
And yep.
There's a bunch of these like this.
Yes. We had class in here. Ben Vereen came, spoke to our class. We would do scenes in here from time to time. Wow, I bet it has 20 cents, but one of these doesn't mine. Can't fit it anymore. In here we had film studies in here. It was taught by a lady by the name of Roberta Zimmer, who passed away after I graduated. But that's what over here, but it's still here. And this is her desk. Alright.
To June 9, 2005.
Which was, I think, the last day of the school in here. It was closed in 2005. I mean. Amazing. Probably use some of this stuff. But yes, this was my old classroom. In honor of Zimmer. This is just something. Yeah.
What's right here?
To shoot your own.
See, this is what I think is really impressive.
The Francis Hamburger Auditorium. She was the founder of the Performing Arts Department here. She started as an English teacher in the 50s. She was my teacher. I did a show here called Count Dracula, starring myself and Sean Robinson, who's currently on Access Hollywood. And it was my first school play. And I did it on that stage, right there. I gotta leave for posterity. Get one photo of my first, with the remnant of my first foray into the stage.
What was WWJ TV?
WWJ is what WDIV is right now.
Okay, because I see those lights at WWJ-TV in it. You know, when I was in here before, all these lights were still up. These two weren't on the ground.
It's on its way down.
So these seats have names on them?
They were selling seats, yes, at one point, to get people to donate money so you could buy some seats. I was going to, and I never got around to it. In retrospect, I'm glad I didn't. Because people paid money, and now look, it's being left here.
Yeah.
Look at this, you got a door here that leads to the second floor. That door up there probably leads to the...
Third, and then fourth. Yep. Every single room is just smashed out like it is right there.
Right. It's just been, it's just horrifically destroyed. It's absolutely destroyed. And considering what it used to be like, the Sea of Humanity, I mean, there were 5,000 kids here at one time. My class had 721 students that graduated. The class of 75 had over 1,500. They were the biggest in the record. That gave you Benny Napoleon. I think the most famous of them that graduated.
Isn't it amazing, like, how nice this probably was back in the day?
It was amazing. Someone said they had built an actual working airplane in the building.
Really?
Well, you know, the school preceded World War, actually preceded World War II. Oh, preceded World War II. And a lot of the guys who went here started engineering and doing stuff for the war effort. They're building engines and machinery to be used to help build the tanks and to build the stuff. So these guys left here and went straight to work in the factory. Or went straight to work in engineering, because they were engineers.
Yep.
They had as good an engineering degree as anybody else. As anybody who went to college. It was absolutely fabulous happening in this college. The history that's here is in music and technology. Also, I left their hat.
Is that like, so how many labs there are?
Yes. Well, that's why it was Cass Technical High School, because it was a school about technology. They added curriculums over the years. They added performing arts. Science and arts was like for really top level kids who could really dip into whatever classrooms they wanted to. And that was the beauty of it. Even though you may have been like a chemical engineering student, you could take an elective course in anything else. If you want to take an elective course in art, you can. Or if you want to take a couple of classes in performing arts, you can. It was really like a junior college. English study hall was around the corner. Wow. Just the people that were in here, the fashion designers who have graduated here. Tracy Reese got a collection. It was in Fashion Week. Kevin Hall, another well-known designer. Got to start here. It's been many a day. All the art people stayed up here on the 6th floor. All of them. And my study hall was over here.
This is when I was up here before.
Well, I didn't realize how badly this place had just decayed. You hear about it, and it's like being at your house after a fire. You know, you were raised there, you grew up there, and the images of everything you had is just gone. And everything's still clear in your mind. You know, I can see people running up and down these steps, kids with their backpacks, or they're carrying all their various equipment because, you know, the Chem Bio kids always had they had lab coats, or people carried their tubes. They had all their portfolio stuff in, and this was just a beaming place full of art and life. And just to see this, I mean, it's not even a decent memory of what was. It's just a horrific ending to it. And I think anybody who sees this, who went here, you know, their heart's going to be broken. It is. It's just terrible. And you know, we lost our home. This for 3 to 4 years, how many years you were here, this was like a home. You know, it was a big, huge, massive sea of humanity, but it was home. You come in here when you're 13, 14 years old, and you're just overwhelmed by the thousands, literally thousands of people that were here until you get acclimated, and then you know which way to go, and then you get into the culture of Cass, where you know, you get into the bus tickets for the freshmen, trick them on that, and you know how to get little shortcuts to where you need to go, and then you learn to put your lockers really where you need them to be. You don't have one where you got to run 500 miles to get to your next class. All the little things that I guess a high school can provide you, and all the little things. But Cass was different because we all came from everywhere in the city. This wasn't a neighborhood school for us.
Yeah.
So all we had was each other. And that's why Cass people today, we was like, hey, you went to Cass. And we all had that same kind of, we went through it. We went through the bus ride and the frigid cold. We went through the school where there were the roaches and the rats and stuff. We went to the lunchroom, the food fights and all that stuff. Now this place is gone. And all we have is the one next door. We have the spirit and the memory of it.
So like even, I think like, if you think back to even like everybody's high school, like 4 years, like how many memories are your friends from back then, like all the...
Thank God for something like a Facebook where you can still reach out to everybody. It's like a class reunion now, but, your friends were here. I mean, the thing about a neighborhood high school is that you're all from the same neighborhood. You went to elementary school, junior high, you probably all went to high school together. Here, a lot of us met for the first time as freshmen. Yep. We have no history with them. So for 4 years, we bonded. So now we're like family. Some people, their Cass Tech relationships are better than their college relationships.
Believe it.
So, and it was all about the building. This place we called the Pickle Factory. It was like a big warehouse. And now it's just history. It's time for it to go. Can't. I'm sorry it looks like this, and the longer it sits here like this,
it's way too far gone. I mean, the amount of work to fix all this back up.
Yeah, right. There's no budget for this anywhere. You can't do it. Which is too bad. I didn't think it had to be this way, but it did.